Hello, this is Wmpyr here to talk about the wedge technique. All right, so the wedge technique, the movements come from the angles of attack, and it also comes from your heaven six, which is arm waving type movements. So angles of attack is single stick stuff, and arm waving is double stick stuff. Okay, so quick demonstration with empty hand. That's your angles of attack. Okay, so diagonal, diagonal, side to side, and then straight in. Okay, and then of course we have the double sticks, which is arm waving, which would look like right here. So we could go 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's the idea right there with single stick, double stick applied to empty hand. Of course, we could do this with sticks, we could do it with knife, and of course we could do it with empty hand. So even if I had a knife in my hand, I could still do what you just seen right now. Literally holding a knife in my hand, boom, 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 boom. Okay, so it just makes the transition easy for me. And that's the beauty of Filipino martial arts. But now, I want you guys to think, anytime you punch like this is medium range, okay? So what we're going to be working with today is close range. So in close range, that's where we're going to be using the wedge. And the wedge is not an elbow, although the elbow may get involved. It's not a punch, although the fist area can get involved. And it's not one of these, boom, okay? And it's not one of those either, okay? That was with the, look like a hammer fist, but I'm using the forearm, okay? So it's mostly forearm, but it's not bashing in directly. That's not what I want. It's glancing, boom, it's glancing. Why? Because I don't want to be face to face here. If I can glance off, even better, and get off to an angle, okay? So if I could get to an angle and he's facing this way, better for me. So the wedge kind of encourages that already. Even if you don't get to do that, it's still a very good technique because once again, I'm not ramming my forearm into the guy, so I don't have to train my forearm to do the wedge. Okay, there's no conditioning involved. I don't have to, it's very low key, low maintenance. So I like that as well. So once again, think of it as kind of like this, boom. It's like a ship going through ice. I'm breaking through the ice, right? So I'm using this angle. That's why it's called the wedge. So it's not directly head on. It's off at an angle, glancing. So when you do that, there's a top wedge, boom, and a bottom wedge, okay? Up and down. And this is our heaven six movement once again. And so with Filipino martial arts, we have arms open, arms closed. So it works in perfectly. I didn't change anything there. So when you're doing the wedge, to get extra power, you can apply a forearm twist. Okay, so boom, like this. I'm turning the forearm outwards. Turn it outwards. So boom, boom. I could also do that to the downwards forearm. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so I'm turning outwards from here to out. So you see the back of my hand, and I turn it to where you see the inside of my palm. Okay. Now we could also do the reverse, depending on our arm position. So you could also carve this way. You're carving. So now it's the opposite. And you could, yes, you could also do that with the downwards movement here. Boom. Okay. And of course with the upward movement as well. Boom, boom. Carve, carve. Okay. And so as you're doing your heaven six motion, boom, you could put all of that in there. I'm using forearm, 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 but it's up to me when I want to put in the carving or the twisting out to get some power. See, I put that in there whenever I want to. And there's one more motion I want to show you guys that is not intuitive. A lot of people may not know this one, and it's not natural necessarily, is to come this way and carve this way. Okay, so that goes along our number one motion. So in Filipino martial arts, we have the number one strike. Okay, so that motion, wedge style, becomes like this, literally the same. I'm not really changing anything. So I slash down with a knife, or I slash down with a baton or a stick, and then now with a forearm, boom, same idea. It just feels a little weird if you haven't practiced it, but like that. Okay, so I'm just bringing the forearm down, and it's not jam it in as hard as I can. I am rotating the wrist. So boom, 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 right here. I'm putting in the forearms. And then when we're in close range, it's difficult to get distance. So in this case, I could work with the up and coming from the bottom and coming from the top. So I could play, that's my power source, is up, down. Because once again, once we get into close range, it's difficult to get this motion and come in like that. So then we play with the up, down motion there. So that's it for now. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.